Hey guys, what I'm going to show you today is a program called Socrative. What Socrative is, why I selected it. This is just an online quiz and testing tool that you can use for the students to take online quizzes, online tests. You can also project it onto the screen through your projector and do things that way. The goal of this is to kind of show you guys how to set this up quickly. It's not an overly tedious thing to go through and set up. It works fairly quickly. And the intended audience for this is mainly teachers and students learning how to get on and manage this, manage your quizzes, your exit tickets, your quick quizzes, those kinds of things, quick questions, and for students to figure out how to log on and just get started. The two standards that we're going to cover with this, we're going to cover standard 2, B and C. We're going to promote the frequent and effective use of technology. We're also going to provide learning-centered environments equipped with technology. We're also going to cover standard 3B, facilitate and participate in learning communities that stimulate, nurture, and support faculty, staff, and study the use of technology. How this works: when you first come in, you'll have to fill out the information to get logged in. I didn't want to show you how to do that. You can use your Google Plus account, which is nice. It'll just automatically log all that information for you. Then you select your school and your zip code in your school, and you kind of get started that way. Guys, there's nothing overly complicated about this. How this works is you have the start quiz, a quick quiz, space race, and an exit ticket. And then you have your manage quizzes down here. We're going to start by managing quizzes. Okay, you have options here. You can import quizzes, you can create quizzes, you can look at past quizzes, and you can see your reports on quizzes. In order to import quizzes, obviously you have to have quizzes ready to go and able to import them. My quizzes, those are all the quizzes I've done in the past, as well as I can look at the reports. What we're going to do is we're going to create a quiz. You click create a quiz, and you name your quiz. We'll name this 5 New Technology Quiz. Okay. And you can add tags to it to look up the quiz later on. You can have a multiple choice, a true false, or a short answer quiz. It doesn't matter. And then up here it gives you the number. We're going to click multiple choice, and you'll go through and you'll enter your questions here. We're going to start out by asking a question. What was the weather like today? And then down here you'll go through and put your answers. Nice, windy, cold, raining. Okay, so you've clicked your answers. You can add, if we want to add a 6th answer, or delete. I'll take it down to 4. Over here you click the correct answer, and then down here you can add an explanation of what the weather was like today with your explanation. You can also add an image out of your pictures. So you've added that. Then you go through and you want to add another question. You just click add question. We're on to question 2. The sky is blue. Question mark. This is a true false, so you click the correct answer. All right. We've clicked the correct answer as being false. Okay. You can add the explanation of why it's false, whatever. And you just go through and you keep adding your questions. You can have short answer questions, multiple choice questions, true false questions, any of those. You save and you exit. We now have one quiz. We go and we click on this quiz. And you can duplicate the quiz, you can delete the quiz, you can download the quiz, or you can edit the quiz. So now that you have the new quiz created, what you do is you go and you click on the quiz itself, and you have 3 different types of ways to give this quiz. You have a student paced immediate feedback, okay, where the students immediately get the right or wrong answer and the explanation to each question. You have the student-paced, student-navigated quiz, This allows them to navigate themselves through the quiz. They can skip questions, go forward, go back, edit answers, those kinds of things. And then the last one is a teacher-based quiz, a paced quiz, where the teacher controls the questions one at a time and goes through and visually sees the response one at a time. So we're going to click the teacher-paced quiz down here. You have disabled student names. If you want the student names to show up on the answers on the board, you can click on. If you don't want them to show up on the board, you can click off. Most of the time I keep that off so students don't see what other students are answering, who's answering what. You have randomized question order. The questions will pop up in a random order. Disabled student feedback, that's on. So you click start. Okay, we're going to confirm this and it's going to start. How this works is you give the students the email address and they go to the, or not the email address, to the website address. Once they get there, they're going to be asked to log into a room. Up here at the top, you have the room number. That's lowercase ee24, lowercase ca2, lowercase b. And they'll get started. And what will happen as the teacher navigates through this, first question will pop up. What is the weather like today? And the students will answer it on their iPad, on their phone, on whatever device it is that they possibly have. They'll have the answers popped up there. Down here at the bottom, it'll show the number of students that answered. Over here, how'd we do? This will show up on the number of students that answered each question, each answer. How many answered nice, how many answered windy, how many answered cold, how many answered raining. You can show the explanation at the end after you've gone through and had this question answered. You can show the explanation of why the answer was the way it was. Then all you do, once everybody's answered that question, you click next, and it will go on to question number 2. Same thing, you can show the explanation after the times ran out, and you can show how the students have answered true or false. It'll give you a percentage beside this on the number that have answered true, the number that have answered false. Once you're finished, you just go over there and click finished. Over here, how would you like your report? You can email yourself the report. You can download it in an Excel file. You can save it to your Google Drive, especially if you've already used Google Plus to sign in. You can view it now just by viewing chart, or you can view it later. If you click over here on email, whole class Excel will also take the individual student PDF and the question specific PDF if you want all the information. You click submit and the report has been sent to the email address that you've provided for them. Another cool thing that I use for this is an exit ticket. This is just a generic exit ticket. The students, as they're leaving class, will go through and answer the questions. Question 1 is, how well did you understand today's material? You go through here. I totally got it, pretty well, not very well, not at all. As a student's answer, you get a pretty good understanding of whether or not you were successful teaching that information that day. Then you have, what did you learn in today's class? Okay, for that answer, you're going to get short answers. So the students will answer in short answer what they learned in class today. And then the last question, you can have a verbal question. You can say, what did you guys think about this? And they will answer that short answer. You can put a true-false question there, multiple choice, whatever it may be. And as you finish up, you can get all that information emailed to you or downloaded the same way. You can view it right now, and that'll create a chart for you immediately that will provide all that information, okay, by just clicking Get Report. This is a great tool to use. I used to use clickers in class, kind of Jeopardy-style clickers. This is the new wave of Jeopardy-style clickers. You can import, what I've found is a lot of books have are pre-generated quizzes and tests. You can import those quizzes and tests and make it work that way as well. So this is Socrative. It's a great tool I use quite often in class, free of charge, no cost to anybody. Great tool to use. Appreciate your time.